The Goodyear 400 race in Darlington was a bad day for Ryan Blaney. He had to retire the car due to severe damage after crashing it in the first half of the race. Dale Earnhardt Jr. thinks that William Byron is to blame for that incident. On lap 129 of the Goodyear 400 race, the drivers had just restarted the race after a caution. During the restart, Blaney, Byron, and Truex Jr. were fighting for fourth place. In an attempt to get past, Byron decided to go 3 wide by going down the inside of Truex in the middle. As he tried to do so, he squeezed Truex into the side of Blaney, who hit the wall and caused severe damage to his car. While he did pit for repairs and was able to come back out, he was not able to continue for long due to the damage sustained during the incident. While he came into the pits for repairs, he was understandably frustrated with Byron and Truex Jr. He shouted, "I'm gonna kill both those motherfuckers is what I'm gonna do." Here's what he said after the race. "I was just mad I ended up in the fence and wrecked," he added. "He used up a little more racetrack than I thought. I have every right to be mad and he gets away scot-free." While Blaney had to retire his car for an accident that was not his fault, the person who caused the accident was able to continue on as if nothing had happened. After Blaney came into the pits right after the incident for repairs, he came out of the pit side by side with the number 24 car of Byron. While it seemed as though Blaney was going to band doors with Byron, he swerved back to his line to complete the pit exit. He was later asked why he didn't hit Byron as he was coming out of the pits. To this, he replied, "I'm not going to hit him. I'll save that for another time. I almost did on accident, actually. I got on the apron and the toe link was busted. I almost actually hit him when I didn't mean to. I just wanted to show my displeasure, so we'll see where it goes. I just wanted to show that I wasn't happy. After watching the replay, I kind of deserve not to be happy." Blaney was still unhappy with the incident after the race. What makes this incident awkward is that William Byron is currently dating Blaney's sister, Ryan Blaney. The two drivers do share a friendship off the track as well. Last season, Blaney beat Byron, who was also in contention for the Cup Series championship, during the last race of the playoffs. But this did not stop Ryan from being frustrated with Byron for ruining his race. And also, this will not stop you from hitting that subscribe button. We'll keep you updated with the latest news on NASCAR. Don't miss out on the action. Former NASCAR driver and current NASCAR pundit Dale Earnhardt Jr. addressed this incident in his podcast. He also feels that Byron was to blame for the incident. "Being the guy that goes 3 wide on a restart, you assume immediately a little extra responsibility. It's not a common move, but you can make it. It's your choice. You got to assume a little more responsibility and try to make sure you're tidy, and that's where I think Byron, he didn't meet the expectations of the other 2 drivers. He, William Byron, used up some good track where I thought he didn't have to use it. Don't shove it 3 wide in a place you can't run 3 wide. But if he wants to do that, it's fine. But your responsibility is to leave room for the top 2 cars, MTJ and Ryan Blaney's car." While most of the NASCAR community felt that the number 24 car was to blame for the incident that saw Blaney retire from the race, Byron initially felt that he was in the right. He thought that he was well ahead of Truex and Blaney at that point and wanted to block Truex by coming out of that 3rd line in the bottom. "I felt like I was ahead of them. The exit is really narrow right there. I hate if I did come up a little bit. I was surprised I was even in that spot. I felt like I would never get to the bottom of a 3 wide there, but the lane was there into turn 1, and my car turned really good. I got almost clear of Martin, and then I hate that it happened," Byron said after the race. "You have to leave room for the top 2 cars. You shoved the bottom of 3 wide. You have to leave space, and he was off the dotted line until we were already wrecking. He faded up and sandwiched Truex into me," he described to the media post-race. Although Byron felt that he was in the right at the moment, after watching the replay, he seems to have accepted that the fault was his. He had not yet cleared Truex in the middle to get back on top. If he had waited for a few more seconds, he would have been able to successfully complete the move without causing an accident. The track in Darlington is a 1.5-mile oval, allowing the drivers to take the corners at high speeds. So when a driver commits to a racing line, they will have to stick to it until they complete the corner at the very least. Going into turn 1, which is the narrowest corner of the track, Byron decided to go 3 wide. This was a risky move to do on the restart. While he was able to use that to get ahead of Truex and Blaney, he started to come to the top before clearing Truex, who was in the middle. There's no doubt that Byron was careless during that overtake. As it stands, the number 24 car already has 3 race wins and is qualified for the playoffs this season. But Blaney and Truex, on the other hand, are yet to win a race. Hence, they had a lot more to lose than Byron. Considering this fact, Blaney's reaction on the radio is understandable. However, we have never seen him lose his temper like that outside his car. This led to Denny Hamlin saying, "I think he needs therapy," he said. "I've never seen anyone so quiet in person and so wild on the radio. Never." But Hamlin went on to defend the number 12 car and blamed the incident on William Byron. "The lane he was running in, there's a reason people don't run down there, folks, is that it makes it impossible for you to exit the corner without washing up into the wall. William made an ambitious move to run to the bottom, which is great," he added. "It's a clean racetrack down there. There's lots of grip. But if you don't clear the cars on top of you, you're going to run into them. And if you don't, you're at least going to cause a wreck, and that's exactly what happened." What Hamlin said was spot on. You have to clear the cars on top before merging into the top lanes. It was a rookie mistake by the driver of the number 24 car. Despite the successful season he's having so far, Byron is only 26 years old and still has a lot to learn in the sport. Hopefully, he will learn what he can from this incident and not repeat the mistake during the second half of the season. Regardless, Blaney was denied a strong performance during the race. There's no doubt that the number 12 car was on track for a top 5 finish. This would have strengthened his position for a playoff spot if he's not able to win a race this season. Blaney is currently the reigning Cup Series champion. However, he's struggling to win a race this season. Until now, all the Fords were struggling to unlock performances in their cars. However, after Brad Keselowski's win in Darlington, the Ford drivers are able to see some light at the end of the tunnel. Blaney will now be looking to take Ford's first win of the season positively and look to start fighting for race wins during the second half of the season. Considering that the Ford performs well only in high-speed ovals, Blaney will get the chance to win a race during the next Cup Series race in Charlotte. But this won't be in the upcoming weekend, as the teams and drivers are headed to North Carolina for the All-Star race to mark the halfway point of the season. With just 13 races to go, do you think Blaney will be able to come back and qualify for the playoffs? If so, will he be able to defend his title during the playoffs? Post your thoughts in the comment section below.